Hello and welcome to another AIC video. I know I said on my last video of my IBM ThinkPad X31 that it might be my last video. This one will be my last video, mainly because I am packing everything to possibly list my house for sale and get it on the market, and that includes literally everything that I don't need to live. And so I wanted to get this video out there before this laptop gets packed into a box probably tonight or tomorrow and take it to storage. So on my last video, a user by the name of Unix Joe asked me a couple of things. Well, he asked me if I could try out a couple of things, namely if I could try out a web browser and if I could try out Half-Life 2. He put in Age of Empires. I don't own a copy of that. That is something I've been wanting to get, but I currently don't own a copy. But I tried some other games as well just to see what worked and what didn't. So let's go over and talk about the web browsers first. The one he asked me about was Kmelon, and that is right here. We're going to open up a new window. It's down here. All right. So this is Kmelon. It is based off of Firefox or Mozilla, and it seems to work pretty okay. However, this build is the most recent build, and it is from 2017, I believe, and it is not perfect. I'll show you here. Let's go to just reddit.com, and the overall view of it is okay. Like, it works, kind of chunky, pretty slow at loading things, and the part of that's just the Wi-Fi on here. It is wireless AB, I think, and so it's not super quick. But the big thing that I wanted is to be able to type up docs on like Google Docs. And so, is it actually gonna work this time? Let me try another thing here real quick. Oh, here we go. This is the error message I keep getting. So it will not let me use my Google Drive because it wants me to update my browser. So if I click here, I'll open a new window, and it says I am using Firefox 52.9, and Firefox is up to 107. So that is a problem. And I get a lot of error messages. We'll see, will this let me even do a blank document? I was getting error messages before. Oh, it will let me do an untitled document. So that's actually better than I was expecting. Yeah. Okay, so this part's working. Oh, are we there? You can see just how slow it is. I'm sure if I was on Ethernet, it'd be quite a bit faster. So that is pretty painfully slow, and that's just because it is running through the web browser. Yeah, I'm a couple of words ahead of it in my typing. So yeah, it's pretty slow. And then a lot of web pages just don't really load or work correctly. So as you saw, it gave me the option to try another web browser. So I tried to download just straight up Firefox. And again, the Kmelon was from like 2017. Firefox, I just went to firefox.com and tried to download the latest version, and it downloaded. It didn't give me any error message or anything like that. But if I go to the same thing, I get the same error message. It wants me to update the browser. And it tells me the same thing. I'm using Firefox 52. And obviously that is not working. Close tabs. So then I tried SeaMonkey, and SeaMonkey is a slightly newer version, but it's from like 20. So Kmelon's from 2017. SeaMonkey, the version I got, you can see here all the different versions I tried. Tons of versions. If I go to help and about, this version is 2.49.5. It's a pretty darn old version, and it gives me all the same error messages. I believe it's still based off of the same Firefox 59. Yeah, see, have to update. Yeah, 52, excuse me, 52. So, and it's at 107. So, pretty old versions that get installed on here, and they don't really work. They're pretty slow. So I wouldn't try to actually use this. Not that I'd try to use any Windows XP computer for any kind of internet-based system, but I was hoping to use it to type up like text documents and back them up to my Google Drive. That way I didn't have to worry about storing files on it directly, and being able to transfer files to it a lot easier than even over my network. So let's go ahead and look at playing games. All right, so the web browsing didn't work so great, so I went ahead and tried to install some additional games. I know I showed off Star Wars, some Star Wars games. SimCity seems to work fine on here. Turn the volume down a little bit. All right, I don't think I saved anything. All right. So yeah, you can see that it's running fine. If I bring up like a bulldozer. Oh, I'm protesting my district scores. Don't care. There are no citizens. Go away. All right. Let's go ahead. Trees. So yeah, seems you're running just fine. Much older game, so expected. Let's go ahead and quit. No. Okay. 5 exit program. DOSBox, great thing. All right. Then I wanted to try Secret of Monkey Island Special Edition, and all I get is this white screen. It never actually loads. And then I tried to install and play Myst. And I get this error message. The procedure entry point initialized condition variable could not be located in the dynamic link library kernel32.dll. I don't know what this error message is telling me. I haven't dug into it a whole lot because I was trying a whole bunch of stuff. It didn't play, plain and simple. So the 2 games I really want to try on here that I thought would be great on this screen, on this laptop, do not work. So I don't know if it's a Windows XP thing. I was going to try them on another Windows XP computer, but then I realized I packed it in a box. So, yeah, I don't know if it's a Windows XP thing or if it's a driver issue or something else that's causing this to not run on here. I could reach out to GOG and their Good Old Games, because I did buy those from Good Old Games, but I have decided not to. Now, for Half-Life 2 specifically, Half-Life 2 came out, and it was really kind of the first game that required Steam. It was kind of Valve's big push to get people onto Steam, is you had to install Steam, when you wanted to play Half-Life 2. And I have been through every single left, right, and center. Oh, it's not happy with me because I've tried installing this previously. That's not what I want. Tried everything left, right, and center to get this to work. Now we've installed Steam. Not a valid Win32 application. So we get that error message, and then we open Task Manager, make sure Steam is not running. No Steam looks like. So we can extract 7-zip extract files. We're going to do C program files Steam. Uncheck this box, hit OK. Now this will take a minute because this is slow. Yes, we want to replace all. I got this Steam for XP archive off of archive.org, where I'm basically following the instructions from there on how to do this. All right, now come in here, my username. And then I will need my passcode. Finish. Now, as you can see, nothing is loaded up. It's not done yet. So we come in here, make sure there's no Steam running. Oh, there's Steam right there. So we end that process. Then we come in here and we grab this. So let's open up program files and then find the Steam folder. And then we go to, I've done this like a million times, app cache. There we go. We'll grab this file, copy this in, we paste it in here. Now this came from my desktop. Enter, and then we mark this as read only. All right, and then there's one other thing we need to do. We come into config and grab this config file that I got off Le Interneto. And this might be my problem, but you can see it's December 26, 2022. That's how long I've been screwing around with this. All right, so now we need a game. So I'm going to swap out USB drives. This should have Half-Life 2 for us on it. So if we go under Steam apps, oh, we have to run Steam now again. This time it should come up. Still working on it. Maybe not. I don't know. I've been back and forth with this. Oh, here we go. And this time what I'm going to do is I tried to install a different game last time. I tried to install Half-Life 2 and I was getting an error that it couldn't reach the server. Let me try just installing Among Us. Yeah, content server is unreachable. But if we come in here into Steam apps, there we go. I should have a common folder. And we're going to copy it over this folder. Yes to all. We're going to copy over this. We're going to copy over the Half-Life 2 folder. If we come up here, I believe the workshop goes in. Let me double check that. Just go to just checking on my my desktop here. Go down to Steam apps, workshop. Yep, okay. Just double checking. And this will take a few minutes. All right, so the Half-Life 2 should be copied over. Let's close out of Steam entirely and relaunch it. And if anybody's wondering, Around in Circles has been my username online since like I was 17 years old, like 1999, 2000, somewhere in there. So yeah, I've had Around in Circles since I have had Steam. That's how old it is. I've told people before what it is and they didn't believe me. All right, so we've copied the files over and we're going to go ahead and try to just launch it. Okay. Now, see, same thing. Server is unreachable. Come in here, go to down to Steam apps. Common, Half-Life 2. Try to launch from here, and just nothing happens. Nothing loads. So this is my experience. This is as far as I've gotten. I walked you through the process I did. This file here, this app manifest. If we edit this in Notepad, word wrap for this win. See, this is the Half-Life 2, so we should be good there. We have Steamworks shared. We have the workshop, which has the same kind of files in here. So I really don't know. On my desktop where I copied those files from, the game is installed onto a different disk because obviously I have, you know, a 1 terabyte C drive, but then, you know, I needed the drive. I have a 1 terabyte drive just for my Steam games. I don't know if that's affecting anything. I'm done. I've thrown so much at this trying to get it to work that I give up. If you have any thoughts or recommendations, I'd love to hear it. This will be going into a box in the next few days, so I will take it. It might be a bit before I can actually try anything out, but I'd love to hear if anybody has kicked my camera. If anybody has any suggestions, thoughts, recommendations, has gotten this to work recently, like within the last 6 months, even the last 4 months, I'd love to hear it. It looks like people who were able to do this pre-mid 2020 had no issues getting it working, but definitely within the last year or so, nobody's gotten it working that I could find online at least. So would love to hear some recommendations. Anyways, thank you for watching. Hopefully you found this video entertaining. I've been very frustrated with getting some of the things I wanted working on here. But I still really like the laptop. I may try to install Linux again on it just to see, but again, that will be a while before I do that. One thing I thought would be hilarious is just, let me do this, because again, this is on, just, let me do a quick speed test. This is one of my frustrations, is the wireless on here is awful. And it's not necessarily this laptop. I remember how awful all wireless was back in the early 2000s. They were all terrible. 2.1 megabits. And just for comparison, I pulled it up on my desktop here. And I'll let that finish running. Throw your guesses in right now what you think my desktop, which is running on exactly the same wireless, 3 feet from each other. I am out from my house. The wireless router's inside my house. I'm in my office, which is outside. Guess how fast my desktop is compared to this laptop. Give it just another moment to finish here. And this isn't a particularly good night, but it's definitely not bad. Oh yeah. Same website, not at the same time because I didn't want them to interfere with each other, but 270 versus 2.1 megabits a second. The speed difference is huge and it hurts. Trying to transfer files to this over the network is so painful. That's one reason why I wanted to use the Google Drive, is so I could, not have it pull necessarily from other equipment within the network, but just pull from the internet. Anyways, so not even close. Anyways, again, if you have any thoughts, comments, questions, leave that down in the comment section down below. Do my best to respond to those. Thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing day.